External's already clicked. Going like that. All right, once I see myself, we will get going here. Let's see if we are streaming yet. Let me know if you see me / hear me. All right, I see myself. We should be good to go. All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in here at the First Alert Desk. My name is Tori Cooper. We're glad to have you with us. We're getting some breaking news into our newsroom right now, so I want to get straight to that information because it is hot off the press. We just learned from the city of Atlanta that they are addressing a major water main break in Buckhead right now at a similar intersection where this happened, actually the same intersection where this happened on July 4th. Let me take you to that video that we got earlier this month when this happened. I'm sure if you are a resident in Metro Atlanta and you're watching this right now, you remember when there was several days without water for residents across Metro Atlanta. So we just learned that this is happening at this same intersection along Lakeside Drive Northeast and Kingsborough Road, and it's impacting 2 hydrants, 5 apartment complex buildings. So that's thousands of people who have had their water service interrupted. And they tell us they're doing everything they can to address this as quickly as possible. But you could see just the funnels of water that were pouring down the street. This has been an ongoing issue across Metro that the Army Corps of Engineers has teamed up with city officials to try to address. And here we are again seeing our infrastructure having more problems because of just the aging issues that we have in our cities. So this isn't necessarily a shock, but it is unfortunate that it is in the same area that has already been problematic earlier this month. So that's the very latest that we have on this situation. We are sending our reporter, Blake Devine, and his photojournalist to this scene so that we can try to see just what's going on and, you know, maybe talk to residents in that area. And of course, if we get any new information on when water will be fully restored, we will let you know right here on Atlanta News First. So let's move along now. Another big story that's continuing to unfold and play out minute by minute that we're keeping an eye on is the global tech outage that caused delays at airports, that caused issues at banks. It backed up 911 call centers. This has been a major issue. It happened overnight Thursday into the early morning hours of Friday. And since then, you know, we're still seeing delays at the airport. There's been people having to sleep in the airport. Flights have been canceled. This is the wrong video. Hold on, give me a moment here. This is the video that we got from the airport. We do have our Atlanta News First reporter, Bridget Spencer, heading to the airport to talk to more passengers looking to get on flights to see how bad it has really been to really go through this and seeing just things slow down. At the last check that we saw, over 400 flights were canceled out of Hartsfield-Jackson, outbound and inbound flights, and we imagine that's going to continue. So we're just keeping a close eye on this situation, and we're going to hear from our Atlanta News First reporter, Bridget Spencer, later on this evening, and she's going to be speaking with, hopefully, airport officials. Let's see if we do have one other. We did talk to, oh, here we go. This is what I wanted to show you guys. We did manage to speak to airport officials earlier. Andy Goebel is one of the main airport officials that we always communicate with whenever there's a story at the airport. So let's let him take it from here so you can hear what he said about the issues happening at the airport.
This is an unorthodox situation, but we are working with our airline partners. We're working with all of our partners to mitigate any challenges faced by this ongoing incident, which is impacting numerous industries worldwide.
So you just heard it there. They're doing everything they can to mitigate these issues happening at the airport. And yeah, we're going to stay on top of this story because we know that travelers want to know how this is playing out and to see when things are going to return to normal. So that's the very latest we have on that situation. The other story that was a big story last night that we had our Atlanta News First anchor, Carly Barnett, on. She was working on this story. It came in as breaking news for us. Some other media outlets were already working on this, but we managed to get some more information just between last night and today. And it's the worst thing for a family here in Metro Atlanta. This is the absolute worst case scenario they could have gone through. They learned that their missing loved one has died. They tell us that they found her body outside of a MARTA station yesterday, and they learned about it yesterday, and we spoke to some of the officials looking into this, the police that have been investigating this, and we did manage to get her name. Her name is Chanel Crosby, and I'm going to show you her picture right now, and then just a little bit of the video that we managed to get from the scene, because we're told that her body was found in a car parked outside of the MARTA station. So this is the video from the scene that I was talking about. Chanel Crosby was found in the back seat of a car at the West End MARTA station in Southwest Atlanta yesterday. The 35-year-old's parents reported her missing on July 14th. They say she was last seen the day before, and their last communication they received was a text from her saying that she was in Macon. The cause of her death is still unclear at this point, but we're working to learn more. Hopefully we'll get that information from the medical examiner in the coming days, but the last communication was that she's in Macon, and then this is where they end up finding her, so just an absolutely devastating outcome for this family. So we're keeping a close eye on any developments that come out of that as well. The last story that I wanted to update you on, just because, you know, it's warmer out. We do have a first alert weather day, but with rain, and it started to cool down the past few days, but, you know, it's still summer, and we are going to be taking to the outdoors more. We're going to be out at the pool. We're going to be on the lake, things like that. And anytime a situation like this happens, we just want to make sure that we're reminding our viewers to be careful, have a plan in place, make sure you keep an eye on your kids, because you never know what could happen. We did find out that a child is a 5-year-old girl was injured in a pool, and now, you know, she's fighting for her life in the hospital to stay alive, and this happened at an apartment complex in Northeast Atlanta. So we're keeping a close eye on this to see, you know, what the outcome is, if she's able to return home with her family. But as of right now, at last check, she was still fighting for her life in the hospital after she was injured in the pool. So if we get any updates on her condition, we'll certainly share it with you right here on Atlanta News First. And since I have you guys, and we tend to get a bigger audience at this point in our stream, I just want to direct you back to our top story, just because, let's look at some of the comments on here. Okay, so again, if you're just tuning in, one of the main stories we're keeping a close eye on is a water main break that took place in Buckhead, and this is at the same location that we previously covered on the 4th of July when this all happened. And we are keeping a close eye on this because we know that thousands of residents are without water right now, and this is coming in as breaking news. And they told us that this is on Lakeside Drive Northeast and Kingsborough Road, and that's where we know. This is some video from that scene back at the 1st of July, July 4th, and the beginning of the month. You could see residents, you know, walking barefoot in water. There were several people who didn't have water when this all took place. They say they have a 6-inch water main break that they are trying to repair. And, you know, this comes on the heels of essentially the water crisis that we all endured at the beginning of this month, when several different water main breaks across Metro Atlanta erupted, and crew members had to respond very quickly. Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens teamed up with the Army Corps of Engineers to try to address the aging infrastructure in Metro Atlanta because of issues like this, and now we're seeing it once again happening at a same apartment complex that we've already previously covered. So we have our Atlanta News First reporter, Blake Devine, heading back out to the apartment complex in this intersection along Lakeside Drive and Northeast and Kingsborough Road, and we're going to try to get some more answers for you. But that's the very latest that I have right now on everything transpiring in the Metro and the top stories that we're keeping a close eye on. Make sure that you tune in at 6 o'clock, which is not too long from right now. And yeah, we also have a newscast at 10 and 11 o'clock, so we'll see you there. And we always enjoy, you know, interacting with you right here on the First Alert Desk. All right, well, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe, and we will see you on air.